So now, students, in our last class, what we have done? Combination of cells, series combination, parallel combination, when they're wrongly connected, when they're identical. All those concepts we have done already. So now we go for the concept related to Kirchhoff laws now. Okay, so we're going to study now Kirchhoff laws, Wheatstone bridge, and meter bridge. Related to these topics, we are going to focus today. So today focus point on what now? Kirchhoff laws, Wheatstone bridge, and meter bridge. Let us understand first these things about what are these things first. Okay, there are two Kirchhoff laws are there. Basically, why we are using Kirchhoff laws? Initially, there was a Ohm's law, right? So we know there was a Ohm's law. Ohm's law, we know what is Ohm's law says V equal to I into R. That is, we can say that current is proportional to voltage drop across the ends of the conductor. Okay, so that we know. So as we know this one, so but still we are going for Kirchhoff laws because this Ohm's law is not applicable for complicated circuit. It is finding difficulty. So we have gone for what now? Kirchhoff laws. There are two laws are there. What are Kirchhoff law? First law, okay, what we call KCL. What it says, algebraic sum of the current. I'm going to write mathematically. Okay, in an entire circuit. Okay, plus so on any number in the entire circuit is equal to 0. Means about a node it is. About what now? About a node or junction. Or we can say Kirchhoff first law, Kirchhoff current law. Current entering to the node is equal to what now? Current leaving the node. Like if I taken a simple circuit, okay, this first circuit is there. Example of that. Okay, like if I take some circuits. So let's say current I1, current I2, current I3, current I4, current I5, and this is a node point. So this point is what we call node. So current entering the node is equal to current leaving the node. So I can write I1 plus I2 plus I3. These three are entering to the node, right? And that is equal to what now? I4 plus I5 because which is leaving the node. This is a Kirchhoff first law. It is according to what now? According to conservation of charge. Conservation of what now? Conservation of charge. That is what we call Kirchhoff first law. It is also called what now? Node or junction rule. Kirchhoff current law or just simply Kirchhoff first law. Some people will call Kirchhoff or Kirchhoff. Okay, so this is Kirchhoff first law. Second law is there. Second law, what we call KVL, means Kirchhoff voltage law or Kirchhoff voltage rule. As per this, the sum of the IR drop, summation of IR plus EMF in a closed circuit is equal to 0. In a closed circuit is equal to 0. So that we are going to apply here. And while solving the questions, I'll tell you the conventions also to you. And here it is according to what now? Law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. It is according to what now? Law of conservation of energy. So using Kirchhoff first law and Kirchhoff second law, we are going to design a circuit. That circuit is what we call Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge. So basically, Wheatstone bridge work on principle of what now? Kirchhoff laws. So here we have taken a diamond shape. There are 4 resistors with it. Now, main purpose of this Wheatstone bridge in order to determine the value of unknown resistor using 2 standard resistor means known and one is variable resistor. So a simple diagram for this, how it look like? It look like this. Okay, it is connected to where now? To a battery. To what now? To a battery. So current is going to flow here. Like this, let's say I1, like this, let's say I2, current through galvanometer IG. Okay, and this circuit is balanced when when current through the galvanometer becomes 0. If I say this resistor P, Q, and this is R, it is S. So we can say P by Q equal to R by S. Okay, this is the condition for Weisstone bridge. So this we are going to study. This we studied. So on the basis of Weisstone bridge, we design a practical instrument. That instrument is what we call meter bridge. Meter bridge. So what is the principle of meter bridge? It works on the principle of Weisstone bridge. Weisstone bridge, how we are going to find out? Using Kirchhoff laws. Why we got Kirchhoff laws? Because it is difficult to apply Ohm's law for complicated circuits. So we started using Kirchhoff laws. Like these are connecting concepts. Okay, one by one. So next, meter bridge. A simple diagram for meter bridge is what now? A left gap will be there, a right gap will be there. Usually in the left gap, we connect what now? An unknown resistor. In a right gap, a standard variable resistance box we connect. And in the middle, what we're going to connect? A galvanometer we're going to connect. I'm not showing completely. And here, there will be a wire. Like this will be there. Okay, here we are going to connect what now? Battery with a plug key. And if you want a rheostat, you can connect variable resistor to change the value of current. If not, not an issue, leave it. Okay, so here when you connect a galvanometer to where now jockey, we are going to find the balancing length. What is the balancing length? The length at which current through the galvanometer become how much? 0. This is what we call balancing length, and this point is what we call null point. Null point means current there 0. So usually we are going to write the formula if there is a resistor. Okay, let me write this left gap, right gap as removed. I'll remove this and this is, and usually the left gap, what we're going to do? We're going to connect unknown resistance of wire, and right gap we use standard resistance. We write a formula R by S equal to L by 100 minus L. This formula used in lab also, R equal to S into L by 100 minus L. Okay, in ohms. This you are used. So this is about the concept Ohm's law, KCL, KVL, Weisstone bridge, and meter bridge. So today we are looking few questions based on these concepts. Okay, based on what now? Based on this concept. Let us come back to the question number 1. Please have a look at the question number 1, all of you. Yes. Did you check the question number 1? Did you people check the question number 1? Okay. Little bit complicated look like, but not actually. Okay. So you find confusion where you know, sir, where current is flowing, where not getting. So 10 ampere is coming here through this, and where it is going this side, or this side, this side, this side. See, all this is the one reason only I'm going to stay here. This is completely one thing only. It is a junction point. It is a node point. So this circuit I'm going to write like this. Now, like this I'm going to write. This is a node point. Here current is entering 10 ampere, and here also current is leaving 1 ampere, and here current is going up. That is towards the junction 2 ampere. Current is leaving here. We don't know, that is I. That's we need to calculate. Now look at as simple as Kirchhoff first law. Current entering the node is equal to what now? Current leaving the node. Look at now. Current entering the node is what now? 10 and 2, right? So it is a bit 10 plus 2. That is equal to current leaving the node 1 plus I. So 10 plus 2, 12. That is equal to 1 plus I. Then I can say what now? I equal to 11 ampere. So that's your answer. Okay. 11 ampere. That's the answer for your question. Is it clear now? Lakshmi, Revant, Sagar, Neeraj. Yes, sir. Okay. The concept, you have got the concept, right? This complete concept of this connecting concepts. Okay. Look at the next question now. Now find E for a given loop, not a given loop. So it is loop means it is based on what now? Kirchhoff voltage law. Kirchhoff voltage law means what now? Second law. And here I'll tell you the convention now. Before you solve the question, along the direction of current, I'll tell you now. Along the direction of current. Okay, IR is there no? Current into voltage anywhere you find no? That you take positive. That you take positive. And if it is against to the direction of current, take IR drop is what now? Negative. During this process, if you find battery first positive terminal, take positive EMF. If you find battery negative terminal first, you take negative EMF. That's simple. Okay. So if you are moving, if it is along the direction of current, take it positive IR. If it is against the direction of current, take it as negative IR. In this process, when you reach a first positive of the terminal of the battery, take positive EMF. And if you reach a negative terminal first, take negative EMF. That's it. That's simple it is. Okay. You got it now? This is the idea. So we are going to start now. I am going to take here from B and I'm going to go in this way. In what direction it is? Clockwise direction I'm going to follow. Okay. In almost all the questions, I'm going to follow clockwise because to have a same habituation. Okay. And they can even change, not an issue it is. Now I'm going to start from B. I'm going to B to this direction. First, I encounter what now 4 ohm resistor, right? In this branch, how much current is it? 1 ampere current is there. So I should take positive or negative. I'm going along the current or against the current. I'm going along the current. So what is the IR now? Positive. What is the IR now here? 4 into 1. Or you can say I into R, right? So 1 into 4 or just 4 it is. Directly you can write 4. Now we reach to which terminal of the battery now? Negative terminal of the battery. So I'll take negative EMF. I told you when this process, if you reach a positive terminal of the battery, take positive EMF. And if you reach negative terminal of the battery, take negative EMF. That's simple it is. Okay. Now I'm there here. Now I'm going now this pointer towards C. So along the current rate. So plus 1 ampere into 3 ohm. And I'm reaching positive terminal of the battery. So it is plus 10. What no plus 10? And I'm at C now. And I'm reaching negative of the battery rate. So it is a minus 5. And here current is same current, right? 1 ampere only flowing here, right? Here also 1 ampere. So it is plus and along the direction it is. So 1 into 6, that is equal to 0. That's simple it is. That's simple it is. Along the direction, take it as positive. Anywhere in any branch, if you find a direction of current against, take it as negative. And in this process, if you reach first negative terminal of the battery, take negative EMF. If you reach positive terminal of the battery, take positive EMF. That is a convention we are going to follow. Okay, easy convention. It will be remembering easy. Okay, so it will be 4 minus E plus 3 plus 10 minus 5 plus 6 equal to 0. Here it is. So look at now. This 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 10, 20, 20 plus 3, 23, 23 minus 5. How much it is? So it is minus E plus. So it is we got 23 minus 5. It will be 18, right? So 18 is equal to 0. So then minus E equal to minus 18, then E equal to 18 volt. So that's your answer. Whereas the option, second option is the right answer. So it is 18 volt. Is it clear now? So one thing you need to remember very well, how to apply Kirchhoff voltage law. And if you remember that very well, and it will be easy for you to simplify circuit related to this. That's the reason I given a simple convention to you. Instead of telling you that you can take, there are many conventions are there. Okay, decrease in potential, increase in potential, all those things are there, but it will be confusing. So this is the best thing. Okay, let's move on to question number 58. Our next question. Look at now the potential difference between the points A and B. See here, the difference is previously it was a closed circuit. Now it is what type of circuit? Now it is open circuit. It is what type of circuit students it is now? Open circuit. Then how you can solve this open circuit? It is like when you're solving no that battery that cells when they're connected in series combination, like that way you can solve. Okay, by having this is the 2 ohm is the internal resistance of this battery and 3 ohm is the internal resistance of what now this battery. Like that you can solve, or the potential difference between these 2 points they are given here. Potential difference these 2 points where E is connected to ground, the ground means it is zero potential point. So current must flow from where to where? B to A in this direction. Because since it is zero, it must be high potential. The current always flow from where to where? High potential to low potential. So the potential difference between these 2 points they are asking. What now? The potential difference between these 2 points they are asking. I am going to use now. So can we use now? So I'm going to start from where now? This point. Like this, I'm going to think it is closed circuit. And here potential drop is zero. I'm going to go now what now? This anti-clockwise direction now, or you can take clockwise direction also, not issue. Okay, let me take a clockwise direction also. Yes. Clockwise direction also you can take. Now you are reaching what now? First positive terminal of the battery. So it is 6 volt and it is current against right. I'm moving from A to B, right? It is against right. That is equal to what now we are going to get now? Minus 3 into 2. Again positive terminal of battery plus 9 EMF. Again what now? Against the current 3 and current is how 3 ampere, right? So it is 3 into 3 again minus 9. So that is equal to potential difference between these 2 points, that is VA minus VB. Potential difference between what now? These 2 points. So we are going to start from here, right? From that point to this point. Now look at here. It is 6 minus 3 minus 2, 6 plus 9 minus 9. That is VA minus VB. Now what we get, sir? We get potential difference between the points VA minus VB is 0 as an option, fourth option. Okay, so the thing is you should know how to apply properly. Okay, again, if they are given any 2 points, the potential difference between those 2 points need to start from which point you take, that you are going to take first here. And which point you are going to end, that is the last point. That is we are going to take. Okay, is it clear? So now we'll go on to the next question. Okay, look at next question now. Question number 59. The electric current I in a given circuit is. I think something is missing here. Let me check with the question. Question number 59. Yeah. The circuit is not given here. That is a question mark. The electric current I in a given circuit. And we cannot go for a previous circuit also because it's already mentioned here 3 ampere. And in this circuit is not given. So I'm going to skip this question now. The circuit is not there in this question. So you can leave this question. Yes, look at the next question now. Resistances PQRS of value 2, 3, 2, 4 forms a Wheatstone bridge. So now the concept we have come to where now? Wheatstone bridge. This is the concept we have come now. Okay, Wheatstone bridge. The resistance to be connected to S to what now? To the S terminal here to have bridge balanced. So we need to have no bridge balanced. What is the condition for balancing condition from meter bridge? No, not meter bridge. Here it is Wheatstone bridge. P by Q equal to R by S when current through the galvanometer must be equal to how much? 0. Correct? Look at now PQRS values. Insert here. It will become 2 by 3 is equal to 2 by 4. So now 2 by 3, or you can take a reciprocal. 3 by 2 equal to 4 by 2. So it will become 2. It is what now? 3 by 2 means what? It is 1.5 equal to 2, right? So is it possible? No, it's not possible. Means we need to decrease this value. So this we need to decrease, right? Means look at now, when you decrease means we need to go for what type of combination? Must be parallel combination. So these 2 options are removed. Okay, you're getting my idea? So first option, second option directly you can strike out because we need to decrease the resistance. In order to decrease the resistance, we must connect the resistors in what combination? Parallel combination. Okay. If you want to increase, you need to go for series combination. So now we need to connect what now? We need to check it now. So I should get what now? 2 by 3. Here also 2 by 3. So they are asking to yes, right? To yes, which one need to connect? So look at now whether this one or this one. So if I take this one, 12 one, let us see now what will happen. So 2 by 3 plus, not plus, equal to, and this side r by side, r is how much? It is already given 2. And denominator 4 is there now. I'm going to connect 4 to what now? 12. In what combination? Parallel combination. It will become what now? 4 into 12 by 4 plus 12. So it is 2 by 3 is equal to 2 by, see, it is parallel combination formula. So it is 4 into 12 divided by 4 plus 12 is how much? 16. I'm going to cancel now 4 times and 4 3 times. It will become what now? 2 by 3 equal to 2 by 3. So now circuit is balanced. So we must connect what now? A 12 ohm resistor in what combination, students? Parallel combination. Okay, it's not possible with 10 ohm because never balance. So this you are going to take. Okay, tackle in the mind that which we are going to connect, that we are going to simplify that portion. Okay, we should get 3. So is it clear now about this question? Yes. Let's see next question. For resistance P, Q, R, X they are given, formed a Wheatstone bridge. The bridge is balanced when R is 100 ohm. If P and Q are interchanged, we are going to interchange P and Q. The bridge is balanced for what now? 121 ohm. Now they are asking for what now? Value of X they are asking. Now first case I'll take. So PQRS means when the bridge is balanced, it become what now? P by Q equal to R by X. Simple. In the place of S, we are given X. So bridge is balanced when R equal to 100. Now I'm going to use now here P by Q equal to R is how much now? 100 it is, divided by X. Let's say equation number 1. Now what we're going to interchange now? P and Q we interchanged. Means in the place of P what will come? Q will come. In the place of Q what will come? P will come. That's it. So second case, case 2. So it will become Q by P equal to what now? R by X. R is what now? 121 ohm now, second case. So Q by P equal to 121 by X. Now can I reciprocal it? So it will become P by Q equal to what now? X by 121. Now compare the second equation. Equate these two equations now. You'll get what now? You'll get 100 by X equal to X by 121. Cross multiplication will do no, sir. So 100 into 121 equal to X square. Then X equal to what now? Square root of 100 into 121. Okay, square root of 100 is how much, sir? 10. Into square root of 121, 11. So it will become what now? 110. So what is the right answer, sir? 110. The fourth option is correct answer for us, sir. Okay, the question is clear. So interchange means you need to think what we have done. Just reverse it. Okay, this is a question number 61. Look at question number 62 now. In a circuit, as shown in the figure, there is a figure is there here. The value of resistance X when potential difference between the points B and D is equal to 0 means here and here the potential difference between these two points is how much, sir? It is 0. It is like same previous question right now, sir. See, whenever the circuit is balanced, okay, let me draw a simple circuit. Wheatstone bridge I'm going to draw now. Okay, this is the battery, something like this. Okay, current is going to flow here. Let me give A, B, C, D some name. And here we're going to connect what now? A galvanometer we're going to connect. And there is a battery here. So now see here, when the circuit is balanced, whatever the current through the galvanometer will be 0. So we say P by Q equal to R by S means, what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this here, you need to know the potential at some point C and at point D will be same, right? So since both these 2 points are at same potential, since these 2 points are at same potential, the current is not flowing here. If the potential is difference is there, current will flow from where to where? High potential to low potential. But here it is not like that. So since these 2 potentials are same, so can I say these 2 points are 0 potential points? Same means it may be anything, constant. So I'm going to take 0. The same thing is given here. Potential at B and D is a 0 they are given. 0 means what now? These 2 points are 0 potential point. Means current is going here, will go through here. Current is entering here, will go through here. So using this concept, we're going to use, this is a balanced circuit or not? It is a balanced circuit. Since it is a balanced circuit, I'm going to use what now? Balancing condition. What I'm going to do now? I'm going to use balancing condition. So P by Q equal to R by S. This is P here. I'm going to use P is how much now? 21. Q is how much? 18. And R is going to find out. R is there 4 resistors or 3 resistors are given. First 2 are parallel. So I'm going to write now 8x by 8 plus x plus 3 ohm. Okay, so this formula I'm writing directly. So these 2 are parallel, their effective resistance R1, R2 by R1 plus R2. And this is in series with 3 ohm, right? Plus 3 ohm. And S is what now, sir? S is 6 ohm. Okay, here not when ohm is not mentioned. Of course, it is an ohm. Okay, now let us simplify first R value. So I'm going to simplify R value. So R is going to get what now? It will be 8x plus 24 plus 3x divided by 8 plus x. It will be 8 plus 3, 11x plus 24 divided by 8 plus x. That is the value of R. Now I'm going to use the condition what now? P by Q equal to R by S. P how much is there? 21. By Q how much is there? 18 is equal to R how much is there? 11x plus 24 divided by, okay, it should be in a numerator. Yes. 11x plus 24 divided by 8 plus x divided by s is how much? No, 6. So we're going to cancel it now. We're going to cancel with what now? We're going to cancel. So it is 3 times. So it is 7 times. So we're going to get 7 equal to 11x plus 24 divided by 8 plus x. I'm going to multiply, cross multiplication I'm going to do. So 56 plus 7x equal to 11x plus 24. And I'm going to simplify this one now. What I'm going to do? So it will be 56 minus 24 equal to 11 minus 7 times of x. It will how much we got? 2, 3, 32 equal to 11 minus 7. It will be 4, right? 4x. Then x equal to 32 by 4. So we're going to cancel 8. So what is the value of x? X equal to 8 ohm. That's the answer. X equal to what now? X equal to 8 ohm. So is that clear now? So this is the way you are going to solve. Means you need to think mindfully what actually the question is. Okay, that's the thing. So this is the question. It is again the balancing condition question. Okay, look at the next question now. Question number 63. Okay, the balancing point in a meter bridge is 44 centimeter. Initially it was given. Okay, now it is the concept of what now? Meter bridge. Okay, if the resistance in the gap are interchanged, so we're going to interchange. Okay, so initially there was a left gap and right gap. We replace these two, means we interchange these two. Initially, what is the left gap? We keep it right. And what was then the left gap? We keep it right. And what is, okay, sorry. Right will come to left and right will come to left. So the interchange, right? So now what will happen to the balancing length? I'm telling you, simply if the given like this, just do what you do, 100 minus 44, how much you get? You get 56, that will be the right answer. That's it. When the interchange, balance the length also will interchange. Now it is 44, 100 minus 44, 56, 56 is the answer. That you trick you to remember. I won't prove it. Now how it is 56 also I'll prove it, not an issue. Okay, but you need to remember this. Because you cannot do it again and again, same thing in examination, right? So it will take little bit information. So initially it was balanced, right? So I can write now R equal to S into L by 100 minus L. So I can say now R by S is equal to L by 100 minus L. So L is how much? 44. It is 44 by 100 minus L is 56. So it is R by S. Now what has happened? Resistance in the gap interchanged. So it is not R by S now. It is S by R is equal to, there is a new balancing length. I'll take L dash by 100 minus L dash. If I interchange, it means if I take what now to numerator to denominator, denominator to numerator will become what now? It will become R by S equal to 100 minus L dash by L dash. Now R by S already known as 44 by 56. So you can even simplify this with some numbers. Like it is 22 times, it is 28 times, it is 11 times, it is 14 times, like 11 by 14 it is. 11 by 14. I'm going to use here 11 by 14 equal to 100 minus L dash by L dash, and it will be 11 by 14 plus 1 equal to 100 by L dash. So it will be 25 by 14 is equal to 100 by L dash. So we want L dash, right? L dash is equal to 100 into 14 by 25. So 25 4 jump. So it will become 56 centimeter L dash. So that's the answer, 56 centimeter. Okay, is that clear? 56 centimeter is the answer. So if you don't want to do this calculation, remember this trick, it will be done. And here one more trick I want to tell you now. In the case of meter bridge. Okay, let me try a simple meter bridge circuit now. An unknown resistance, a standard resistance box, yes, and here the galvanometer is connected, and there is here what now? A balancing length. Okay, we are going to have now what now balancing length here. So this point, let's say some point, it is balancing length L, and it is 100 minus L, and here we connected to what of battery with what of plug key. Okay, we can close. Here one thing you need to remember, by unfortunately or fortunately or intentionally, if you increase the value of R and decrease the value of S, then this balancing length is then will shift towards what now? The lower resistance, means here balancing length increases. Sir, by other means, what I do know, sir, I'm going to decrease the value of R and I'm going to increase the value of S. Then again, balancing length will shift towards what now? Shift towards the lower resistance side, left side. Means the thing I want to say you, as where the resistance more is, then balancing length will be that side, shifting towards that side. That I need to remember. Okay, by any reason the resistance in the left gap is increases, or resistance in the right gap is decreases, then the balancing length shift towards what now? Shift towards right side. Okay, if the resistance in the left gap decreases, increases, and right gap decreases, the balancing length shift towards right. It means the thing is what now? It will shift towards what now? Lower resistance part. That you need to remember. So sometimes the case, you are not required to do the calculation sometimes. By looking at the values, you can decide. Okay. Yes, that's the thing. About what now? About question number 63 and related to that. Now, can we move on to the next question now? Yes. Let us move on to the next question. Question number 64. Now, given question is, let me read. A 6 ohm resistance is connected in a left gap. Okay, I'm on right now, left gap. 6 ohm. In a second gap, 3 ohm, 6 ohm are kind of joint parallel. So in a right gap, these are joint parallel, right? So it will be what now? 3 into 6 by 3 plus 6. It will be 3 into 6 by 9. So it is going to cancel by what now? 2. So right gap 2 ohm is there. Joint parallel. Then the balancing point of meter bridge is going to find balancing point. Balancing length we need to find out. Simple. It is left gap. R right it is. So means it is left. It is right gap. What is the formula? R by S equal to L by 100 minus S. It is left gap, this is right gap. Okay, left gap 6, right gap 2 is equal to L by 100 minus L. It is going to cancel 3 times. I want to do cross multiplication. It is 300 minus 3L equal to L. So 3L will go on that side. 300 equal to 4L. Then L equal to 300 by 4. So how much are you going to get now? 300 by 4. So it is 2 times, it is 150. You are going to cancel. You are going to get 75. Where is 75? This is 75. So you are going to get what now? Balancing length L is 75 centimeter. That's the answer. Okay, see, since these two are parallel, we take what now? Parallel condition like this, 3 plus 6 by 3 plus 6. It is what now? R1, R2 by R1 plus R2. That's the formula, parallel combination, okay? Yes, yes, students.